Hey, what's going on, gamers? This is DomeScopeD, and you're tuned in to the Ground Level Gaming channel. Thanks for checking us out. Just gonna do a quick tutorial on some of the basics of Grifball. It seems like a kind of pretty easy to understand concept, but in all reality, Grifball is actually there's a lot of little things you can do to really improve your Grifball game. And so what I want to do is attempt to help you out with your Grifball game. So I'm going to do just starting out with a couple videos. This one's just going to cover a couple simple basic concepts, and then we're going to move forward from there and work on more advanced techniques and whatever in future videos. So here is the Grifball court. I just got a custom game out so I can run around and do whatever. You start out with your hammer and sword. They used to actually start you out with the sword, and then now it seems like the new game type is it starts you out with a hammer, and I think the reason that they were doing that is because people were getting spawn killed so easily with the hammer, and they'd start with their sword, and then they'd have to switch to their hammer before they could hammer someone. Now you can just hammer someone right away if they're in your spawn, and I think that's the reason they did that. Anyway, first couple things is unless you're going specifically for the ball or you're really, really good with the sword, use the hammer definitely to start it out. I personally don't use the sword much at all, if at all, unless I'm just messing around. And so a few things, the tips that I'm going to be going over are mainly going to pertain to the hammer, gravity hammer, and just keep that in mind. So one of the things is on your map, you definitely want to keep an eye on your map, and I'm going to go over some more techniques about the map in the future. But keep an eye on the map, and it seems like the range of your gravity hammer is just inside the small circle. So you see the small circle in your map there. If they're just inside that line, you're definitely going to probably at least damage them, if not kill them. So what I'm going to do is just go over one simple concept, and it's going to be the running. And it's going to be hard to do because I don't have anyone to lock onto, but essentially you hit A, you start running, and at full speed you get these brackets here. And if you see a Spartan, enemy Spartan within those brackets, and you're within range, they'll turn red. And so that's basically like a lock-on hit. And it'll just lunge you at them with the sword. Same concept. See, I can even switch over from this to sword, and the brackets stay there. And that's actually kind of a good thing because that you don't lose sprint, because sword's a little faster to run with and then gravity hammer. And one guy did point out this analogy, and I kind of like the analogy. It's kind of like a rock paper scissors game where hammer beats sword, and ball beats hammer, and then sword beats ball, and it does kind of work out like that. It depends on your skill or whatever, but I think hammer is overall the more overpowered weapon. So work on your lock-on kills. And one thing I'm going to say about this lock-on, so when you see those brackets, just pretend the ball's a person. Right when you get in within range, like right there, you'll be able to swing the trigger and it'll launch you at them, and it'll kill them. One thing I'm going to mention about this is the really good Grifball players aren't going to be locking onto you head first, because what happens is if two average Grifball players are going at each other and running at each other, they're both going to be doing the lunge kill, and they're both going to be getting a lot of brawlers. And I'll go over this later on in the game, but what you want to do is avoid brawlers at all costs, because a brawler is just a trade, 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is not what you want to go for. You want to be going for much more than that percentage. So So basically my ending tip on the lunge is that don't necessarily go straight. Use the lunge because it's definitely good, but don't just go straight at people and lunge. If you see someone and you're running and you're going straight at them, maybe even swing before it turns red. That's really kind of what I do. But if you are running at someone's side, say a lot of people get locked onto the ball. So say someone's running towards the ball here, you run to the side, get going, and then come at a side angle, lock onto someone, and that's kind of the way you want to use that run. So the run lock-on is a really good way to get kills, but you definitely want to try to avoid just going straight at somebody that's also running, especially if they have the hammer, because they're going to do the same thing. If they have the sword, that's a different story. If they have the sword, run at them and lock onto them and do it, because you'll most likely kill them that way. So yeah, that's my tip for the day. The lock-on kill. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, probably a whole bunch, just going over all the nuances of Grifball and what you can do to improve your game. If you want proof that I'm a pretty good Grifball player, you can check out some of my other videos I got up on Grifball, and I'm actually improved a lot since then. So once again, just to review, if you get it up to full speed and you get these brackets, it'll turn red when you can lock onto someone, and there's a pretty good range. And then the only thing to do is avoid going straight at someone, because you're just going to be trading kills. You don't want brawlers. So try to get at their side, you know, zigzag to like move around, and then next thing you know, you'll get to the side of them, and then they don't have a chance. You know, you lock onto them, and that's game. So I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel, and hopefully you can stay tuned for some more of these Grifball tutorial videos. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of these because I'm pretty good at this game, so I'm going to show you what I can do. Most of them are going to be geared towards Spartan killing. I have a guy who runs the ball when we play, so it's pretty, and you got to really have at least one ball runner. Otherwise it's tough. So I'll go over more of these things in future videos, but I want to thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a great day. We'll check you on the next video. This is DomeScopeD saying we'll see you next time.